What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I'm so excited to have my good friend Jamie Slays back for a couple of heavy lessons for y'all. This time we have Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. Really appreciate Jamie teaching this, and also be sure to check out and subscribe to Jamie's channel in the link down there. All right, take it away, Jamie Slays.
Hey guys, it's Jamie from the Jamie Slays YouTube channel, here again on Marty Schwartz's YouTube channel to teach you an epic metal riff lesson. In today's video, we're going to cover the song Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Now this song is surprisingly in E standard, which I was very surprised to find out. This is my Lepsky 6-string with Fishman pickups in E standard. I always thought it was in like drop B or something like that, had no idea. It's not a difficult song. There's some cool rhythmic stuff going on in there that I didn't really realise until learning to play the song. There's some natural harmonics. There's some cool, weird chorus, rhythm, verse stuff. Stick around to the end and we'll talk about it a bit some more, but without further ado, this is Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. So here is riff 1 at normal speed. Here is riff 1 played slowly. And then you play it twice. It's in E standard, like I said at the beginning, and the first chord is an open E chord, which is 0-2, or the extra 2 if you want the girthiness. So the tricky bit in this part is the stabs and the stops in between, so like so. Look at my right hand when I'm doing this. What I'm actually doing is slamming my hand down to cut off any kind of dead noise. Otherwise it would sound like this. The left hand does it also. They kind of work in tandem with each other. Then we have that section, so that is a harmonic on the 5th fret on the A string. You do harmonics by playing, hovering over the silver bar here, the fret. Like so. Then we basically play the same thing again, but instead we have the 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, and also the open note on the E string at the bottom. So like this. I usually would stop with my hand like this, but I'm just moving it out of the way so you can see it better. So I'm playing those 3 strings. And that's riff 1. Here is riff 2 played at normal speed. This is also the chorus. Here is that same section, the chorus riff played slowly. Here are the chords for that section. So we have an open E chord again. Then we have the G power chord, which is just 3, 5, 5. Then we have a root note power chord. So we have 5, 5 on the next string, then 7, 7. So we have these 4 notes. Essentially, it's this power chord, but with the extra 5th note underneath. Then we go back to the open E for the final bit, but then we hold out with this chord here, or some people play it here, because that's the same thing. So some people play this, because you're holding out there, or some people play this. But it doesn't really matter too much because they're the same notes essentially, so play it how you like. So again, the rhythm is... But again, when they play it live, they might play it slightly differently. They might just play it really casually. So if you're just going to strum along, you can play it like this also. Find a strumming pattern that you're comfortable with, or listen to the song exactly and play it how they play it. Again, the tabs I've seen and the live versions I've listened to, they play it like this. And then after that section, we have a tiny little bridge, which is essentially the same as the main riff. And then we go back to the main verse again. So now we're back to essentially riff 1, but because it's a varied version of riff 1, I'm going to call it riff 3. So we come out of that section we just played. Then we play the same thing again like we did in the intro, and I'll play it now at full speed. Here it is, played slowly. So it's the same rhythm as the main riff, the kind of verse riff, but the big difference is it adds and then so like that. So the biggest difference is the and the, whereas before it was now we've got that final bit, which is a bit confusing because you'll see it is basically like playing this but with, so to practice that bit, maybe play it consistently and then palm mute in between. Like so. And that's the end of riff 3. So then out of that riff you have a gap and it goes back to the chorus. So then out of that riff we go back into the chorus. And then after that, we get what they consider to be the bridge. So we have this at full speed. Now I'll play that slowly and break it down for you. So we have these ones. So here are the chords played in that section. So we have the root power chord of 3, 3, 5, 5. Like so. So essentially it's this chord, but with the extra note at the bottom. Makes it sound like you're playing in a lower tuning. So then we have pick, scrape, scratches. You do that by putting your hand over the strings. You don't fret the notes. You don't do that. You just rest them really gently. So you get that sound. So we have that chord is the same as the 3 one, just moved up slightly. So it's 3, 3, 5, 5 over the E, A, D, G, 5, 5, 7, 7. So we have that similar bit again with the double palm muteds. And then we have, so that's 0, 2, 3. And then 2 on the A string, or 7 on the E string. So now we have the interlude. This is the bit essentially before the outro and before the cool rapping man comes in. Here it is at full speed. Here it is played slowly. So that section is an interesting one. In a lot of the tabs, it's played weirdly, like that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure in some way they play like an open chord, like that, and then. But I watched Cole Rowland do it, and he does a cool arpeggiated chord, which I think he pretty much made up, but when I watched a bit of them play it live, it was just essentially chords like this. Because one tab also plays it like this. And then... But I don't think, no offense to Evanescence, I don't think they're playing big stretchy chords like that. But I really like the kind of notey version. It reminds me of Floods by Pantera or Message in a Bottle by The Police. So that is 5-7-9 chord. And then you slide to the 10, back to the 9, and then to the 7. It's basically the same pattern, but on the 3-5-7. But you slide all the way up to the 9 this time. Then we have 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 on the lower A string. Then we have that same bit from earlier, which is 0, 2, 3, 2, or 7, if that's not the way they play it, it should be because it sounds amazing. Then the final thing, you do the same thing again. Then the change is here. But again, Cole Rowland may have just done this because he goes into a solo after that, but I think it looks quite cool. Then there's a big rest between that bit and the cool rapping bit. The rapping bit is essentially the verse again. That is what is played under the rap as well. But then the way it ends slightly differently is it goes up to this chord. So it goes. Like so. Some people go from to here, but I'm not sure if that's right. Then we go to the chorus again. Then they stop, slide. So that's another type of bridge at the end. Here it is played slowly. It's essentially this bit, but played out like the chorus. Then we essentially have the final bit, which is the outro. Then we go. And then you ring out that open chord while the piano does the final bing, boom, bing. So I'll break that down slowly. The final bit is like so. And there you have it. That was Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. What did you think? Again, I was surprised by how difficult it was. Some of the rhythms were tricking me up in the lesson. That kind of stuff you may have seen. I was getting a bit flipped over myself. I was like, well, why is this so hard to figure out? It shouldn't be this difficult. But again, surprisingly, it was in E standard. I've got 9 to 42 gauge strings on here with extra. I changed the 42 for 52 because I like the thickness on the bottom. Thanks again to Marty and his team for having me on his channel as always. If you enjoyed the lesson, leave a little like, comment down below, leave us a suggestion of what song I should do next month, because you know, I always want to know what you guys want to learn, because I only know what I like playing. And don't forget to subscribe to Marty's channel, because he's always posting new content pretty much every single day. Guy never takes a break. And if you love metal, come on over to the Jamie Slays channel and subscribe to me also. Thank you again guys, and I'll see you again next month.
All right, thank you again, Jamie Slays, for breaking down that Evanescence rocker. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Jamie Slays' channel in the description below. Thank you again for watching and supporting Marty Music as well. Hope to see you guys later.